Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrew, and today I will be representing my group, Roll and Shine, to present our report, which focuses on two main societal challenges faced by Indonesia, which is challenges to happiness and climate action. So both issues are aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, specifically SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, and SDG 13, which is climate action. So by analyzing these issues from four economic perspectives, which are neoclassical, Buddhist, ecological, and evolutionary economics, we aim to gain insights into how these challenges can be addressed. Now, the first issue explores the topic of declining happiness in Indonesia, which is driven by economic insecurity, environmental deterioration, and escalating mental health crisis. So despite the rising GDP of Indonesia, economic insecurity and mental health crisis are major obstacles for Indonesia to achieve SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. Now we're going to use two economic perspectives on this happiness to solve this issue. So from a neoclassical economics perspective, which focuses solely on market efficiency, rational decision making, and the maximization of individual utility, healthcare in Indonesia is a commodity where people make their own choices and market competition is viewed as the best way to allocate healthcare resources. Now we're going to use Pareto efficiency for this, where resources are optimally and efficiently allocated, encouraging economic growth. Now conversely, Buddhist economics perspective focuses on well-being, mineralization, and environmental sustainability. This perspective treats healthcare as a right rather than a commodity. It advocates for a universal healthcare system, emphasizing mental wellness and environmental sustainability. This aligns well with Indonesia's need to prioritize equitable access to healthcare services. Now, the second issue explores Indonesia's struggle with climate change, which is driven by deeply rooted poverty, reliance on agriculture, and limited institutional capacity. Now, Indonesia is a country where it's a major emitter of greenhouse gases due to deforestation and heavy reliance on fossil fuels, where over 80% of Indonesia's energy comes from fossil fuels, and poverty in rural areas makes it even more difficult to prioritize climate action. This poses as an obstacle for Indonesia to achieve Sustainable Development Goals number 13, which is climate action. Now, we're also going to use two economic perspectives on this issue, and from an ecological economics perspective, which focuses on immediate change in order to sustain the existing environment. Due to the finite sources available, immediate resource suppression such as measures against deforestation, land use transformation, and funding for renewable energy sources should be practiced. However, this can lead to significant economic disruption such as loss of jobs and reduced growth in agriculture industry. Ecological economics demands urgent actions like reducing deforestation and fossil fuel to preserve Indonesia's environmental resources for future generations. This perspective is radical but necessary to address the scale of the problem. Now, from an evolutionary economics perspective, which focuses on gradual evolution of the economy through learning and adapting, a gradual process such as innovating and developing renewable energy industries, along with accounting for social and economically oriented considerations, are crucial for this perspective to tackle the issue. However, this can have negative impacts on short-term economic growth due to the slow pace of change. And on the other side, evolutionary economics advocates for a gradual transition to renewable energy. While this approach acknowledges socio-economic barriers, such as poverty and reliance on agriculture, it may not be fast enough to counter the rapid effects of climate change. Now, in conclusion, addressing the Indonesia's challenges to happiness and climate action requires integrating different economic perspectives. A hybrid approach can balance between economic growth and environmental sustainability. As a group, we found it essential to reconcile these diverse economic perspectives to form a more comprehensive strategy for Indonesia with multiple successful pathways and understanding the interplay between economic, social, and environmental factors are key to achieving both Sustainable Development Goals 3 and 13. Thank you very much for listening. This is our group presentation, and I hope you have a good day.